So today's video is video number 2 of my breastfeeding series. If you haven't watched video number 1 of how I got my baby to latch, a little bit about my story, what happened and everything, I'll have it pop up here. If you're interested in watching it, you can just click that later on after this video. So the first item that was given to me at the hospital was this Pump and Style by Medela, and it's a lot of stuff going on here. But one of the things I like about it is that they make different size flange, and the flanges vary, I think, from like 22 to like 30. I believe 30 is not very common, or 27. I used a 27 on this one, but it originally came with a 24. But yeah, this is what I used first, and I pumped the very next day after I gave birth. The first day I wasn't able to pump at all. So the one that I decided to use was this LV pump, which is a wireless pump, and I'm able to just put that inside my bra and pump in the car while I'm shopping, while I'm doing chores around the house, while I am feeding baby a bottle or nursing baby in one boob. I'm able to pump in the other, and so on. So it really comes into hand, and I really enjoy using it. And I have found out that I am able to extract more milk using this pump than the one I had previously, which was the Medela. I don't know if it was because the flange size is a little bit bigger. So I am currently using the Tommy Tippy when I am not using the pump to pump the other breast while I'm breastfeeding on the other. I use this one. And what I don't like about this is that it takes too long to air dry, and I don't really like that, as well as it leaves some watermarks, and I dislike it because it doesn't look good, but it is clean, so I use it either way. So I'm able to pull this back and put it on my nipple, and it would just stay there. But I angle it so that the baby doesn't kick it. I have a very lengthy baby. My baby is now 26 inches, so he's quite lengthy, and when I'm breastfeeding on one breast, he's like moving sometimes and looking around. So I try to avoid getting this kicked off my breast and then having the milk spill everywhere. It has almost happened several times. So now I am putting it on the side like this. And I just like, if I see that it's getting full, I just like, you know, put it in a bottle and put it back on. I also have these Haka ladybugs that sit inside my bra and collects milk. This is not a pump. This is just to collect milk. So if you have a strong letdown and stuff like that while you're breastfeeding and you don't want to get this one, you can also get this one. But this one won't pump milk out. It would just literally collect whatever comes out of your boob. Also, if you don't want to be using these breast pads, these are the overnight reusable pads. I also have the ones that are one-time use, but I like these better. They're softer and they're gentler on that area, so I really enjoy these. Anyway, so if you don't want to use this, or for whatever reason you don't have any of these and you do have this, you can use this instead. But know that this is not very comfortable, especially if you are carrying your baby around and stuff like that. Is going to be pressing on it, so milk might come out. I do like that it has a opening there and that you're able to also close it, but I like that it has that opening, so whatever milk you collect, you can just put it straight into the bottle and you won't spill. So I do like that as well. You're able to sit it down and it would just stay still, so I like that as well. But I only used it for a month and I haven't used it ever since. I will say though that I'm able to lay down with it, and I did take a nap with them on when I was having a lot of leakage, and I loved it because it was able to collect 4 ounces in total, I think at that time, 2 in each breast, and I was sleeping, so that was great. And I am not currently using this anymore, so that is that. And actually I don't even use these as well, only when I am sleeping and when I'm going out, because I don't want to have any accidents, but I don't really use them anymore. Another thing that I am using for my pumping journey is these breast milk storage bags, and these are the cheapest ones I could find in the market, and they only sell them at Target. They are by Baby Nova. So I like them. I mean, they work perfectly fine. There's nothing crazy special about them. I already finished one bag. There's 110 pre-sterilized bags in here, and let me open it so I can show you what they look like. So they look like this, and you just take this top off and you're able to open it, and you can fill it up to 6 ounces. But to be honest, I have only been able to fill it up to 4 because it ends up being up to 6 for whatever reason if I don't open the bag all the way. And you have to make sure that there's no air bubbles or anything like that if you're gonna freeze using these bags. I also use them just to store whenever I don't have bottles available. I just put the milk in there and put it in the fridge and call it a day. So I got these bottles before baby was born, and we have, I think, 8 of them, and I like them. They're pretty cool, but they're glass, so they're a bit heavy. I do like the nipple as well. It's very flexible, and we have the nipple size 1 and nipple size 2. But what I don't like about them is this plastic thing around the nipple. I don't like it because you know, the baby's area is very small, their face is very small, and I noticed that the plastic was starting to leave a mark on his nose when he was feeding from it, and I didn't like that at all. So we changed to a different bottle, and that bottle was smaller and lighter, and we like that because the nipple area, as you can see, is wider, so the nipple is more realistic to a regular nipple. This one is just very long and narrow, and perhaps some women do have nipples that look like this, but I haven't met one. So I like these bottles, and the baby really liked them, and I'm able to put the bottle upside down like this, and milk will not come out, which is awesome. So it mimics the breast a lot. Unless the baby is sucking, the milk won't come out. So I don't know if I said it, but this is the Advent brand, and this is the Tommy Tippy one, and this we were able to find at Burlington for literally half the price than what you will find it at Target or anywhere else. So one of the things I was obsessing that didn't even match my lifestyle or my needs or my baby's needs was milk stashing. And I know that it's very easy to fall in the trap of like, oh, I need to produce this much, this much, this much, or else I'm going to dry out. And let me tell you, that is not true. As long as you are drinking a lot of water, you're eating well, and you're putting your baby at your breast or pumps every 3 to 4 hours, you're going to be fine. As long as you're emptying your entire breast, you're going to be fine. That's one of the biggest myths that I heard. If you don't put your baby on the breast, you're going to dry out. And it was this thing on, and I was so stressed. And I did notice that when I stressed, that I was not producing enough milk, even when I was eating the right foods and when I was drinking a lot of water. But stress is one of the things that you should stay away from. You already have a lot of stress with caring for a baby and caring for your family, and you don't need that extra stress. So I did freak out that one time, and I got formula. And I got this formula, and I did a lot of research on the formula that I wanted to give my baby, because the one that the hospital gave him was the Similac Pro Advance, and a lot of people say that that's one of the best ones, and probably is. But it didn't work for my baby. My baby was having a lot of trapped gas. He was very bloated. He was crying during the night, and his stomach just made a lot of noises after he would drink formula. And I was following the instructions to a T. So I knew that it wasn't because I wasn't mixing the formula well, which could be an issue. If you have to have the perfect water to formula ratio. If you don't, then it could affect them so much. So I was paying attention to that a lot, and I also didn't like feeding them formula. It's a lot of waste. You waste formula a lot. If the baby doesn't finish the bottle, you only have 1 hour to feed it to him, and that's it. You know, and then like in the fridge as well, and it smells horrible. But anyway, formula is just one of the things that we don't need right now. And if we ever come to a place where we do need it, I will be giving him this one, because we tried it for a couple of times and he disliked the taste because he was drinking my milk for a while and he was just drinking that. He wasn't drinking anything else. He wasn't supplementing with formula, so he didn't recognize the flavor as much. So after I gave him 2 bottles of this, of like 2 ounces, he got used to the taste and he liked it and his stomach had no issues. So if I was to recommend a brand, it will be this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the 3rd video where I will be talking about how I keep my milk supply going. Alright, bye!